Impossible Battle 18, and this one is going to be nice. We are playing as the Takeda against the Ikko Ikki. We've got a lot of light cavalry, they've got a lot of bow ronin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bow ronin. So these are like bow samurai, except more potent and slightly more fragile. And also a decent amount of Ikko Ikki variant Ashigaru, and a katana ronin here under the faction leader Shinmozuma Jutsurai. So we're outnumbered 2-1. We are the Takeda, and this comes to me from Zelix, who has done something that I appreciate here. He is playing as the Takeda, and he's made 5 units of light cavalry, and I noticed that he's done this on all of his armies. So he's in the mid stage of the campaign now, and for all of his substantial armies that he's got at least 4 or 5 units of light cavalry. So he is synergizing a good playstyle using cavalry, which I respect and commend, with playing as the Takeda and having the faction bonuses stack with a good playstyle, and sending this to me to utilise. It's just a perfect storm. We can bring down the hammer in devastating fashion on all of these bow ronin if everything is done with really tight finesse. So the submitter has sent me a message with some context. Takeda campaign on normal difficulty versus Ikko Ikki. I'm sure the battle is far from impossible for you, but me being a new player, under 60 hours, I would appreciate it if you could at least do a rundown on the strategies I need to work on to win a battle like this. I've attempted it at least 10 times to no avail. I feel I may have been able to do it if not for the number advantage the Ikko Ikki possesses. Any help at all would be appreciated so I can better myself at the game. Thanks a lot for taking the time to read this, and any time you take helping me out. You're a beast, bro. Alright, well, I'll do my best. You have a lot of light cavalry, and they have a lot of bows, and this is a siege defense. So what you really need to do here, what you are pressured really strongly to do, is to take on the fight boldly and try to micromanage. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and give a really good show of here. I'm going to make groups, cavalry wings, and bring them to bear really surgically upon each of these bow ronin in succession, and try to cut my way through their army in a fashion similar to Pinnacle of Deployment, because so much hinges on the cavalry and how well they can be utilised. They need to be employed really effectively to pull off the win and vision here. So let's see how it goes. So this is the Dick and Balls fort. We are on the high ground. There's a basin around the fort. There's mountains southwest, northeast, and they're going to be appearing here, there, and most up there. So we're going to be going clockwise around the fort, eviscerating. That's the plan. Let's see how I do.
My lord, the gates are broken. The damage was not repaired. 陳氏木工が有益な時もある。例えば開戦の直前、一時心に静寂が必要じゃ。立て、死に物狂いでお家と領地を守るのじゃ。わしとて敗走するぐらいなら名誉の討ち死にを望む。我が敵に礼を尽くすのは豚と百姓だけじゃ。いや、敵の方が豚百姓にも及ぶまい。ならば討つべし。ここは実にすごいよの。大屋島広しといえど、これにかなう城はないじゃろう。我が軍の力が加わらば、その凄さが増すというものじゃ。兄者は皆を誇りに思っておられるに違いない。この戦に勝ち、兄者をさらに喜ばせようぞ。
post-commentary analysis, and I really outdid myself for this one. I can rewatch this over and over again. Holy shit, this was something else. So I've set up 3 groups of 2. That's the limitation of the Shogun 2 grouping system, and that gives me as much precise instant control as possible. I'm going to try and have 3 cavalry wings, left, middle and right, for the main fight, and then I'm going to try and stick to that structure throughout the fight, do my best. So I'm going to have 2 units of Boashigaru on the walls holding the right side of the fort, just doing as much damage as possible and delaying the attackers as much as possible. And I'm going to have Yari Samurai and retainers there going for the 3 bow ronin, and the 4 Yari walls to the left going for the 3 Yari Ashigaru straight ahead. And I'm going to use the general and his light cavalry to help break them as soon as possible. So I'm rushing this as hard as possible. Retainers and Yari Samurai pushing as hard as possible on the right, taking aggro. Because the Yari Samurai need to be on the right to rotate as fast as possible around the fort. Because they're going to be the bottleneck on our speed. The light cavalry can go really fast and be really devastating. I need that infantry support though to fully utilise them. So already I'm going for a really brutal envelopment, and I'm just pinning here with the Yari walls, and I'm chasing them, and then I send the cavalry, I'm splitting on them so I can get some devastating breaking charges on them. And over here I am getting some hammer and anvils on the left and the right bow ronin. I'm leaving the middle one, but the middle one started wavering before the others. The middle one routed and I wasn't even going for it. That's the power of stacking, flanking and rear charge morale malices, holy crap. And that's the power of cavalry and Shogun 2. You can outmaneuver and outposition and stack morale penalties. You don't even need to get into the fight, just flanking. Look at this micro as well, holy shit. Yeah, I was really on the ball with this one. I'm really proud of this. I'm just like a red tide sweeping through everything with the most surgical precision that I didn't even know I was capable of. And now I'm doing something similar here. I'm trying to maintain this devastating tactical approach throughout the whole fight. I'm hitting them from the front with rapid advanced Yari Samurai, and I'm having my 2 cavalry wings go left and right, and then I'm splitting them and taking their individual targets of opportunity. So I'm controlling them in pairs because that's the smallest group you can have, and it also is a really good distribution of the micromanagement because I've got 3 different groups to manage, and now it's really coming together. I've got my general finishing up over here against these Yari Ashigaru. One of the Yari Ashigaru sneaked away, so I've still got that fight going on while the main fight is coming up. So I've taken out 3 different clusters now of units, and there's a Yari Ashigaru estranged as fuck here, not even in combat yet, and it's wavering because it's so flanked and surrounded and has comrades running. And I'm just taking that fight there. Alright, and now we can coalesce in front of them, appear and overwhelm before they can even do anything. And here we go. Left, middle, right, split, flank, converge. Bring down the hammer and they break. Move forward, momentum. And the infantry don't stop moving. They're either running in the open or charging, but they're moving ahead, moving forward, and the cavalry are supporting it. That cannot stop. We need all the momentum. And there's the general coming forward. And these fire arrows are devastating, holy crap. And my unit is getting turned into an inferno. But I'm not dismayed, I'm not dissuaded, I'm not deterred. The plan is working, we keep on going. A lot of units running, and these bows are in the open, and I can envelop them. Double pincer. And I'm doing my best to just avoid being distracted. I'm not going to take the red herring, the bait, of charging at units in the open and spreading thin. I'm concentrating my power. My strength lies in the disposition, the method of deployment, and I can't allow units to bait me out of that shape. So I'm continuing to be focused and surgical here. But there's a general there. The general's dismounted, and it's such a... the temptation to kill the general is too great, so I'm going for it. If I can kill the general, maybe I can expedite this even further. because I've already ripped through their army. There's only a few units left, and all I need to do now is kill the general and the rest will rout. The units on the walls, the units down here that have survived this onslaught.
My lord, their general has fallen! A cutting blow!
And I'm saving the Boashigaru.
A glorious victory will soon be yours!
The Boashigaru survived. Oh, man. Yeah, that one was perfect. Holy fuck. I'm glad I lived long enough to pull this kind of shit off. And that's how you do it. Do not skimp out on cavalry and aim for what they're capable of. Thanks for the submission. See you next time. If you appreciate the videos enough to want to support me, I have a Patreon page. Special thanks to Matteo Olivetti, Nerdington, The Roadie 451, Halcyon, William Balangari, and Robert Sparks.